Okay, I had a plan for how I was going to make this presentation, so if I could find the notes that I made, the main ones, which it was about Leif Erikson, because this morning, when the first thing when I looked at the news, it was something, one of the headlines was about Leif Erikson. And I read it, and I was like, it's oddly enough, I just started researching him some. So, and I knew that he came to the Americas way before anybody else, but he was up in Canada first, okay? But there was two other guys, and there was three books. I had three sources that are valid. One guy crash landed at the Gulf of Mexico, and he walked all the way to Nova Scotia. Okay, he wrote a book. All right, and then there was another dude that wrote a book, and I don't think he crashed, but he was lost. And they're 100 years before Christopher Columbus, okay? So, and, oh man, I don't know if I'll be able to find it all or not, but anyway, they reported in two of the books, both of them had mentioned that they had seen natives that were white, black, and, tan colored, but they had jewels that were like 6-inch long, rubies and stuff. And some of their houses were supported with crystals and rubies and big, huge gems and stuff. And they had castles everywhere. And they were at war. They were a serious war because the Indians were fighting over cannibalism. Some of the tribes down, I'm not really sure where the different ones were, but most of the ones that were cannibals, they all kind of lived closer together. But anyway, they're all fighting. And all this stuff is going on anyway. So these people came through and they did, what they, one of them was Icelandic, I can't remember what he said. It's a really hard name to pronounce, but his father came over to Canada and was already living there, and so he had a boat. They went to somewhere way up in northern Canada, and then later on they found his father, and he stayed there with him. He didn't ever go back. Okay, so I guess I'm going to change up the plan for what I was going to talk about because I can't find the main notes about what I'm talking about now. But yeah, there were all colors natives, and there was a lot of people here already, way before Columbus or any of this other stuff. And they didn't say anything about a city of gold, but one of them did mention that there was a city of silver. Okay, so I'm just going to hop into another topic because I was expecting this to happen, but I'll go ahead and do it because I haven't actually presented this to anybody. It's about the contradictions in the Bible because there's a lot of people talking about it, but they don't really know. But which one I want to start with? I think I want to start with, that's not one. I don't even know if I can say some of these names or not. I know I can't spell them. But okay, Adam was told if he eats from the forbidden tree, he would die same day. That's in Genesis 2:17. That's 930 years. He was 930 years old. Okay. In Genesis 5:15. Oh wait. No. Genesis 5:5 says something about him being 930 years old. Whenever another scripture said something about how long Noah was supposed to live. Anyway, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, 2 Samuel 24:1. And Genesis 2:17 and the first of Chronicles says it was Satan and not. I messed this all up. I'm sorry. I'm nervous. I don't do this very much. So I screwed that up. It's Adam. Adam was told if he eats from the forbidden tree, he would die same day. Okay. In Genesis 2:17, he was 930 years. No, in Genesis 5:5, he was 930 years old. In Genesis 2:17 was the one that said he would die the same day. And 2 Samuel 24:1, Genesis 2:17, and the First Chronicles says it was Satan and not Adam. So here's Exodus 32:37. Thou shalt not kill. Leviticus 24:17, enforce the death penalty. Psalms 145:9, Lord is good to all. Isaiah 45:7, God makes peace and creates evil. Romans 5:15-33, God of peace. And Exodus 15:3, Lord is a man of war. Okay, here's some of the, you probably can read that. Okay, this is the account, and this is the contradiction. Okay, the top one is men have seen God, Genesis 32:20 and Numbers 14:14. Okay, over here it says, no man has seen God, John 1:18. This one says, God doesn't keep anger forever, Jeremiah 3:12. This one says, God keeps anger forever, Jeremiah 17:4. God creates man, then animals, Genesis 20. No, it says Genesis 2:7 and 2:19. Over here it says God creates animals, then man, Genesis 1:24 through 27. Okay, now this is okay, I did that one. Matthew 27:5. Judas hung himself. Acts 1:18. Vials gashed out of Judas. 6th hour, Jesus was on the cross, and John 19:14 says he was in court. Okay, I already read that one. It was about Adam. That's the one I messed up first. Okay, we'll do that. Let's see. I dropped one down here. Okay, this is account and contradiction. The top one says man can be righteous, Genesis 7:1, Job 2:3, and James 5:16. The contradiction is man can't be righteous, Romans 3:10. Okay, the bottom is two blind men healed on the road, Matthew 20:29. And this one over here says one blind man healed on the road, Mark 10:46 to 47. Okay, I guess that's all I had to say about that. But one of the things I wanted to say is that, I don't really want to get into that right now, but yeah, there's a lot of people that are looking for their slave ships and all that right now, and they can't find any because there's not any slave ships. There's one, and it's in it's on Columbia University. There's Zeke. It's at Columbia University. They made a hall out of it or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a pool hall. Let me show you. Here's it. Sit. 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 Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Oh. Oh. Sit down. Sit right there. Sit. Oh. Okay, so anyway, the thing about this book, so 3 books that have all that information about the explorers and all that kind of stuff. These guys came a long time ago, and they wrote good books that maybe I wrote it in this notebook. I'm not sure. Let me check. Hopefully it's in here. Let's see. I'd written down a bunch of stuff to talk about, but I decided not to say any of that at all. So, I can't read very good anyway, and I really can't spell very good either. Okay, here's something I wrote down about the white, tan, and black Indians shaved their heads and some of them had partially shaved heads. Okay, there were creatures that were twice the size of a horse, is what one guy wrote. Okay, this is it. Let's see if I can find the start so I can tell you who these people are that wrote these books and did all this stuff. It's pretty cool though. Okay. Okay, they said they had chairs of silver and crystal adorned with precious stones, pearls, gold, and silver jewelry. Streets wider than those in London. Some houses had massive pillars of crystal and silver. Another book was something John Ness Yates. Okay, John Ness Yates is the author. He wrote History of the State of New York. Here we have Tartars entering from Russia through Alaska, Danes, Finns, and Welsh, and even Malay wandering around Kentucky and Tennessee. There's evidence enough that long and bloody wars were waged amongst the tribes. I urge everyone to watch. There is something terribly wrong with this tower by everything inside me channel. Okay. Following, yeah. This is referring to, okay, these people are called Gazikas. Gazika is the place where the first king of America came from, and they called themselves by that name, and they were like Gazikas, and there was Gully Gully and tribes and stuff like that. But the Gazikas are the ones that really kind of, they were like the boss tribe, and they really hated they didn't like the cannibals at all. Okay, and the reference to that is the land travels of Davy. I know it's David, and he spells David D-A-V-Y-D. David Ingram, and it was written in 1568. King's something rubies 6. Yeah, the rubies were 6 inches long, chairs of silver and crystal adorned with precious stones. Okay, I read all that. Okay, I think I read all that. Okay, there were wars between the tribes. One war was over. Yeah, the main war was over cannibalism. It was always about that. And identifying. Oh yeah, one of these guys who wrote that, I guess that guy I just mentioned, he wrote that the Indians told him to look out for the ones that had the big teeth, because that identified them by the way their teeth looked. And they said they had teeth like dogs. Another book from 1890 is called Myths, Legends Beyond Our Borders. Here we learn about a city of crystal and silver existed when Leif Erikson arrived in 986. Long by the time of Cabot, Cartier, Rosenball, Champlain, and Hudson. Canada was known in Norse tradition, and it's known that they fished off the Grand Banks a century before Columbus Day. Canada was discovered first by the son of an Icelandic who had moved to, gosh, I can't read my own writing. It starts with a G, okay? He reached Cape Breton on 986. 14 years later, Leif Erikson, son of Icelandic Drora Eric the Red. Helluland, it's Helluland. He called it, meaning a country of no advantages. And right now, yeah, we're at a real big disadvantage because the person that's going to be the big cheese, I guess, they call it, I was watching something else about the Chinese. They have a funny name for her. I can't remember what they've already started calling her. But anyway, most of the people, when we use code words like on Monkey Works channel, I don't know if anybody watches that, but that's a great source for watching the airplanes and all the air traffic. No, that's Monkey Works. It's a different channel. But yeah, there's something going on with this one. They call her on that channel. They call her Bob Marley. So that's the code name. So we'll just make that code name because everybody knows who I'm talking about. So yeah, here she comes. Anyway, so Bob Marley is well, if you watch the neckline, if she doesn't try to hide it too much, she's trying to make it look like a mic cord, but it's not a mic cord. There's something underneath their skin, and then like on one side of her neck, it looks like there's some real big hole or something like it. It's just weird. It's in front, it's down low, but not underneath her ear, but kind of a little bit, but it's down, it's on her neck. It's just a really odd, and then on the other side of her neck, there's something it's just really odd. You just got to look and just look really close into the eyes whenever you get a chance and just watch and see what happens. But yeah, this is not a normal kind of human being. I don't know how many ways I could say this. I guess I need to write a sign. That's what I need to do. If I had a pen, I could. I'd write the word out, but it would be spelled INSECTOID. Anyway, that's pretty close. I wish I had yeah, I should have thought about this a little bit harder, but anyway, at least I got it said what I needed to say. what was on my mind, because this morning, first thing I read was a deal about Lake Erickson. It was nothing but lies, and it was on a major news channel.